All right, so I fucked up big time. I was supposed to have released 2 videos, or at least have them ready to release after I edit them. I was kind of messing with OBS just because I wanted to have the tabs, you know, in different sections. One optimized for streaming, the other profile optimized for recording. Unfortunately, I didn't reset the audio channels or separate the audio channels correctly, which led to just being the game itself being heard and not my voice, unfortunately. So, and I fully put my heart and soul into building, what's her name, Rosaria, and I was so just oblivious to what was going on. So unfortunately, I had to scrap both videos because well, you can't really hear me talking or giving you any sort of information. I could just pretty much add subtitles and make it just a silent video, me not talking, and then just the game itself with the music and whatnot, and I just add text to it. But I'm not doing that. I like talking. I got her to 73% crit rate, and with her passive, her first passive, when she strikes an enemy from behind, she gains a 12%, which should take me up to like 85 or 86% crit rate, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty close to 100%, but I don't think it's necessary. It's made a huge change because now my Skirk is hitting for like 70k, sometimes almost 80,000 damage. It's actually pretty nice to have her buff my crit rate a bit. Aside from that, since the videos had to be scrapped, I'm gonna make this a short one and just talk about Skirk. Skirk is coming out in about like 6 to 5 days, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty cool, honestly. I'm not ready because I unfortunately don't have enough summons. I think this is just like 2 10-pulls, if anything, and I am like 4 summons into pity after getting Skirk. So I'm on a 50-50 broke, and well, I'm not that far into pity to even lose to 50-50 early. So that is a huge issue. Aside from that, I have been pre-farming for her, thankfully. So there is that. I do have most of the items that I do need for her. The only things I'm missing is the wits, the Mora, and I think it's the boss materials, like the papilla materials, the weekly boss as well. But I have enough to the point where I can craft more of the night pieces, which is what she requires for her talents and whatnot. Now for the sun, I think it's the sun talent books from Natlan, these ones. I have a bunch of these, but I'm pretty sure to crown her, and I want her to be like the second character that I triple crown, quote unquote second character that I triple crown. I think the only character I triple crowned is Scaramouche, but I'm looking at the game differently now, and I think I'm gonna triple crown both Skirk and Furina as well, as long as I, you know, have enough of the materials. With that said, once she's out, I shall have enough materials to fully level her up with her talents and pretty much get a video out as quick as possible. I also been farming for some of her artifacts, and it's kind of depressing because I have 265 artifacts out of 2,000. Usually you see people having like a pretty high amount of artifacts. Me, I am completely the opposite to those people, right? So I have been farming a heck of a lot of artifacts for Skirk herself, and also dabbling into Golden Troop just to make sure that my Golden Troop users are up to date or up to par with the damage. They can get like the most out of it. So I have a couple of good pieces. This is just Elemental Mastery though, so that's not really going to do much, unfortunately. But aside from that, I have gotten some cool pieces that I have saved just in case, right? And I think, yeah, I only have 1 of the papilla materials. So yeah, that's not very good, but I'm not really worried due to the fact that we're level 9 now. I need like 45 more, if I'm not mistaken. I am planning on also summoning for her weapon, and it doesn't seem like I have any of the materials for her weapon. Mystic Agir. I am not going to even try to pronounce it. The Night Winds Mystic Agir. Oh, I need these for the 5-star weapon, and I also need these, which I didn't know I had a good amount, which is kind of surprising. That's pretty hefty. And oh wait, no, it's the whistles. Sorry, I think you need the whistles for her weapon. I think, if I'm I gotta double check. Give me a second.
Although, fun fact, from the live stream, we learned that she is not of the cryo element.
Yeah, I have to get both the mirrors and the whistles, not the little spearheads. Where are the whistles? So I have a bunch of the whistles, which I'm not worried about gathering more, obviously. I explored 100% of Natlan, so while doing that, I had to fight a lot of these enemies, which dropped a bunch of these materials, thankfully. I do need to explore Fontaine, because as you can see, I am heavily lacking on these meshing gears. Aside from that, I think there is another issue, which is the fact that the flowers that we need, I'm not even sure if they are out. Oh yeah, they are. Oh, I have 49. Okay, and I think I need like 168 in total, so I could go collect a couple of these, right? I think they reset every 3 days, so I'll be able to farm them twice before Skirk comes out. The pre-farm is looking pretty nice. It's not too bad, not too far away from what we need. The Mora the Mora is going to be the #1 issue, because to get her to level 90, which is what I'm trying to do as soon as she drops, it takes I looked at the number and I still can't believe how expensive it is to really get a character to level 90. 5.6 million Mora. Now, some people might be watching and they're like, wait, that's not an issue to me. I have 20 million sitting on my fucking Genshin bank account. That's fantastic. Love to hear it. Can I hold 40%? But me personally, I struggled the most with Mora, but thankfully, there is a leyline event running. Oh, that is the wrong thing. The leyline overflow is running. So what I'm doing is each time I'm alternating what I'm farming for. So today, while I was streaming, I farmed for strictly Mora. The last one I had to be the Wits, just because, well, I went to Fontaine and it disrespected me. And on the third one, no meshing gears spawned in. So I had to just risk it and go with the Wits, unfortunately. But tomorrow I'll have to do the same thing just to balance it out, you know, 2 of the Wits and then 1 of the Mora, and then just cycle back to 3 of the Mora, 3 of the Wits until this runs out, which is in 6 days. A week of this is actually pretty good, if I'm being honest. So I might have to put a pause on the whole artifact farming thing. I do need a hefty amount of Mora and a humongous amount of the Wits, which is like 469 or 419 actually, not 69, that I need in total. So there's that, and I think I should be fine if I'm not mistaken, 100%. So the weapon, on the other hand, it takes another 1 million Mora, 1.1 million Mora to be specific. So altogether, 6.7 million fucking Mora for the character and the weapon together, just to get them fully leveled, which is nothing easy to get, if I'm being 100% honest. But I am planning on getting the battle pass, just because I'm level 49 at the moment, and I usually get the battle passes once I'm level 50, just to make sure that I, you know, I'm playing the game consistently, so I don't just spend the money, completely forget about it, and then, you know, waste away $10, even though it's just $10. But it's like, you know, $10 is $10. You can buy a lot of candy with that. Anyways, I just wanted to make this video just to show that 1, I am alive, and 2, the channel is also staying alive. 3, I have a lot of fucking energy, so there's also that. I don't know why. I just went live and just have so much energy. I don't know what's happening. But that said, if you want to catch me live, I do have a Twitch channel, which I'll link in the description. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it or something. I don't know. You have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care of yourself.